Hey everyone, Mike Sutton here, owner of Mobilitechs, author of Beyond Tech Support, and I'm shooting this quick video today for my clients because we know that small businesses are increasingly the target of hacker and virus attacks, and that the number one way that computers get infected is through some action that the user takes. But even knowing that, most infections come through as email attachments or by a user downloading something, it can still be really difficult to avoid some of those things. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to show you some examples from my own inbox of phishing emails, emails with malicious attachments, spam emails, and how to identify those things and what to do about them when they come through into your mailbox. That's kind of a representative sample. Obviously, the techniques are adapting all the time, but I'm going to show you what to look for, some things to just check as you're going through your messages to try and avoid getting caught up in either downloading an attachment that you shouldn't have, or clicking a link that you shouldn't have, or responding to an email that you shouldn't, that's going to end up being dangerous for you, dangerous for your employer, or possibly dangerous for your family if it's in the case of your personal email on a home computer. These same things will still apply. So let's take a look.
Alright, so over the past couple weeks I've started collecting some of the phishing emails, some of the malicious spam emails I've been getting into my inbox so that I can use them as examples in this video. And what I'm showing you here is my email inbox simulated with some of the messages that I've collected over the past couple weeks. And so the areas that I'm going to refer to that I want you to pay attention to are here up towards the top center of the screen where it says, "Hey Mike," down through the email address, the date that it was sent, and who it was sent to. That's the header of the email. So I'm going to refer to that header area when we're looking at who the message came from and the subject information of the message. And then this main area of the message we'll refer to as the body, with embedded links. Attachments will show up in this header area. And then the other area that I'm going to refer to that I'll just point out to you now is what is going to be called the notification bar. So right now the notification bar shows items 19, unread 13, reminders 1. But if I mouse over a link in the email, it's going to pop up what that link points to in this little pop-up in the body. But then if you look down at the notification bar, it's actually going to show you also the same URL that I'm going to down there. And so one of the things that we're going to look for is does that URL that the program tells me I'm going to match up with the URL that I read in the body of the email. And in this case it does, but in other cases it won't. So this first one is an example of something that you might see if you have a friend of yours whose email is compromised. And typically this is going to happen with a Yahoo account, an AOL account, a Live account, something like that, and they've got you in their address book, but a hacker gets their password or their account is compromised in some way, and so that account is used to send out a message to everybody who they have in their contacts. So it's going to come from somebody you know, and it's usually going to come from a free address, and it's just going to be kind of a weird message. So hey, check this out. And this could be a legitimate link. A friend of mine might send me an email like this, but this is really suspicious. In this case, it came to me from somebody who I knew but didn't really know that well, which was another big red flag. But even if it's something like this comes to me from somebody I know, I'm going to send them back a message and say, hey, did you mean to send me this? It seems a little suspicious. But if it's somebody I'm not sure about, or if they didn't send it to me, then that's a giant red flag that their account was compromised. They need to change their password right away, and you should definitely not click on a link like this in a message unless you know that the person intended to send you that link. Another example of a compromised free email account, this is typically going to come to you again from somebody who you know. It's going to come from a Yahoo or an AOL or a free email account, and again it's going to be an indicator that the account has been compromised, because what they're trying to do here is say, from this person you know, execute a social engineering attack that says, oh, I was on vacation and everything was stolen and we don't have any way to communicate or get home, and I need you to contact me about getting me some money. And since they've got the password for this account, if you reply to that and say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, how can I get you some money, then they're going to try and initiate a way to actually commit fraud, commit theft, and get you to participate in giving up more information or giving up money or wiring money or something like that. So big threat. If you see a message like this, maybe just send the person back an email and say, hey, I think your account's been compromised. You probably want to change your password, and look into what damage might have been done. Here's a real common one, and what we see here is an email that appears like it might be from FedEx. Your rewards order has shipped, comes from FedEx. If I am in a business where I receive FedEx orders, I'm going to be tempted. And now in this case, there's no links in the message, but there is an attachment. Again, a suspicious attachment. First of all, FedEx isn't going to send me an attachment. Second of all, it's weird that it's a text zip attachment. So lots of red flags here. The email address doesn't match who they say it's coming from. So this is an email. You definitely don't want to open that attachment. Definitely don't want to click any links. Just pay attention to those red flags and skip over it. WhatsApp is a legitimate messaging service. It's not a messaging service that I use, so I'm not expecting this message. The email in the header I can see is not coming from the address that I would expect it to come from. But it does have a link. It does kind of pique my curiosity because it's saying I have a voicemail that's 12 seconds, so maybe I'd want to hear that. And what they want me to do is click on this link that says play. But if I mouse over the link, I can see it's trying to take me to aliensite.ru, which is a Russian website, not WhatsApp, not anything that might otherwise be legitimate. Almost certainly it's infected, trying to either get more information from me, get me to download a file, or deliver some kind of malicious payload to my computer. Lots of warning signs here. Stay away from the email. Don't click the link. Here again, very common technique. They're referring to, what sounds like a financial institution. They're referring to an ACH process, which is a money transfer. They're referring to an amount. So it makes it seem like you've got money coming your way, and so your curiosity is going to be, okay, well, I want that money. What are the details? What's going on? But again, taking you to a site that's not affiliated with the company that's being referenced. The email doesn't come from the right place. I wasn't expecting an ACH transfer. I don't do business with this company. All warning signs. Don't click on the email. If it's a legitimate transfer, the person trying to get you that money is definitely going to let you know about it. U.S. Postal Service email. If I'm in a company where I receive shipments, then I might be tempted to think, well, I don't want to miss the shipment. I want to make sure that I get everything that's coming to me. But in the header, we can see that the email is not coming from a U.S. Postal Service address. The link, if we look in the status bar, is linking us to buckwalterplace.com, which is certainly not a government or a United States Postal Service website. So lots of warning flags here. Don't click on the link. Top weight loss product. So in the subject line, it's something that might appeal to you. They're referencing Dr. Oz, which is designed to engender trust and try and capitalize on a name that you recognize, but it's not coming from an email address that would be associated with that legitimate person. It's formatted to look like a real message. Now in this case, Viper, which is my antivirus software, has already stripped out most of the dangerous URLs, but you can see that it would appear to have a legitimate unsubscribe link. It would appear to have all the legal information. Everything about this email is designed to appear legitimate and trustworthy, but it's absolutely not if you look for those warning signs. Here we see a UPS package delivery failure notification. Again, if I'm a business that works with UPS, I might expect that I don't want to miss this package, but this attachment is almost certainly dangerous. Don't click any links. Don't open the attachment. Just let it go. In this case, it does appear to have come from UPS.com. There are ways to dig a little bit deeper into that, but don't always trust where it looks like it's coming from. And these social engineering attacks are going to do everything they can to make themselves look legitimate, look trustworthy, appear as if it's just business as usual to try and get you to to click through, to download a link, to visit a website. You have to look out for the warning signs and know that UPS is not going to send you an attachment like this. Just skip over it. Now, this is a really interesting one. This one almost got me. It comes from an email address that looked like it would be from LinkedIn. I do typically get invitations like this. It shows LinkedIn's logo. It's formatted like a LinkedIn email. It shows the unsubscribe link. But the thing that I can see as I hold my mouse over each of these links is that they are not going to the LinkedIn website. And I can see that both in the pop-up and in the status bar. In fact, this website that they're taking me to, xn-b1aagbb, is actually Cyrillic encoding. It's a Russian website, certainly compromised, certainly not something you want to click on, but a very legitimate phishing email, very well designed. Almost got me tricked to click through, but almost, a surefire way to either give up confidential information or to download a virus, or very tricky. Definitely something you got to be paying attention to protect yourself. But never click on these links. It's going to be very dangerous. It's not going to go well for you. Remittance doc sounds official, references a number, it comes from chase.com, references my company in the attachment, but this is absolutely not a legitimate email. So they're trying to get you to download the attachment, possibly infect the computer. Again, trying to make it look as legitimate as possible, but don't fall for it. Another failed shipment notification in the header, not coming from an email address that would be associated with the United States Postal Service. The link doesn't go to a United States Postal Service website. So even if you might otherwise be expecting shipment notifications or shipments from the United States Postal Service, you have to be cautious of these emails. Another example from UPS, we'll see several of these with attachments, links going to places where they're not supposed to go. Same thing here, referencing Bank of America, seems like a legitimate email. Trying to get me to download this attachment, almost certainly malicious. This one tricked a couple of our clients, almost tricked us. Appears to be coming from QuickBooks, mentions the payment terms, has an attachment, looks very official and non-threatening, but definitely a virus payload in that attachment. Here again, another example, Tiger Direct. Tiger Direct is a company that I could legitimately do business with. It looks like it's coming from a Tiger Direct domain name, but if I look at where these links actually point to, they do not point to a Tiger Direct website. It's referencing a shipment confirmation. We didn't order anything from Tiger Direct, but if your accounts payable or your receiving person isn't the same person as your purchasing person, then they may not know that. So definitely pay attention to those kinds of signs. Where is it going to? Did you actually place an order? Don't think that, well, I'm just curious, I'm going to click through and see what happens, because that's when you really open yourself up to trouble. eFax. In the past, we've used eFax. We don't use eFax now. Again, designed to look like a legitimate email from a company that I am likely to do business with, but every one of these links takes me to a German website that is not eFax corporate. Certainly infected links, certainly trying to get me to take an action that's going to compromise my computer or cause me to give up information that's personal, private, or confidential. Another shipment notifications, links again going to a compromised website. And then just one final example, cPanel Message Center. cPanel is a software product that I do use. This is very well targeted for me. It looks like it comes from a legitimate company, but if I mouse over the link that they're trying to click, here again I see the website that's legitimate is cPanel, www.cpanel.net, but if I look at the link that they're actually taking me to, it's www.cpanel-net.renegadefreightbrokerage.com. Absolutely not a legitimate website, has nothing to do with cPanel, the legitimate company, and so here again, trying to get me to click on a link that would almost certainly compromise my system or compromise my information. So, just wanted to run through a couple examples. You're going to see a lot of variety here, a lot of different mix and match of these techniques. I just wanted to show you some of the warning signs, some of the red flags, and just tell you, as tempting as it is to click through, you have to resist that urge. They're counting on your curiosity, they're counting on human nature and your desire to be helpful and to make sure that you're not missing out on anything and to respond. You have to just let it go. Look for these red flags. If something seems suspicious and it's somebody that you know, just reach out and say, hey, I got this email from you, it doesn't really seem like you, what's going on? And just use your common sense, pay attention to the warning signs, trust your judgment, and don't let yourself get infected. As I said, we can update your antivirus, we can have the firewall, we can have all these things in place, keep your system updated, but you as the user ultimately have more power to either infect or keep your system safe than anything else. So be diligent, be cautious. If you have any questions, shoot me the example, just ask the question, I'd be happy to answer that for you. So get back to work, I'm going to do the same. We'll keep in touch, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, bye.